we're going to do some groundwork, the three of us. I've told LaSalle and Brenna that I think he's kind of built for jumping, isn't he? I put these jumps in here, honestly, in case he runs off with me, I have something to aim for. I grew up riding point and shoot runaways in the jumping division, and I was pretty good at it. I used to win a lot riding runaways. I thought I was quite a hand at the time, but in fact I could just stay on and aim. Now, I've asked Brenna and LaSalle to make use of that round pen as they need to or see fit. I made quite a bit of use of round pens, but I just want people to know it's not necessary to have a round pen to train a bow. It helps. But you know, a square pen is just a round pen with corners. And a round pen is just a square pen without it. So I'm making a round pen right here, and what I don't like that's happening here is that he's looking away from me, which isn't so bad. He's got his own plans. He's never been here before. He's trying to find the limits here. This is a building, and he knows it, but he can't really see the end of the room. Strange moons up here. You got to think about what he's in from his point of view. It's big enough to feel like outside, but so many suns and moons in this one. Look it up and see. Look how he's looking at it. You know, he's not stupid. But for a riding horse, if I were going to be riding in a circle, I might want to bend a little bit more the way he's going, rather than dropping the shoulder and his ribs to the inside. So, as soon as he's done fooling around here a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and stop him right there on the float. Now, I'm going to show, I promised some of you that were here earlier this morning, or that were in the Voinovich Arena, that I would show you a little bit more about livening a horse up, but actually I don't need to liven him up too much, I don't think. What I am going to do is I'm going to show you how to release him in the back, because I need to know about that I have a good backup if I want to have a decent turn or a decent stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release him backwards just by lifting at the halter knot and stepping away. A lot of people like to push on a horse to back, and I think I'll follow him backwards. I'm going to walk more slowly, and I'm going to let him lead me backwards. I'll go ahead and I'll extend him now, and I'm going to open his hips to the right. Watch. As my hand comes away, his hips leave. It wouldn't occur to me to chase this horse out of the way. It's easy to see that when I ask him to go around me, he will. I'm going to send him out quickly now. Okay? And go. There's the hips. Right there. Okay? All I'm doing is releasing him, but I don't have control of the forehand the way I want. We need to think about this as the back of the neck. Take your fingers for a minute, put them right on the back of your neck, you feel a couple of bumps there. That is what we ride on. This thing we're feeling right here is where we put our wrist under our English saddle. Okay? We think that we're riding on his back here, and we are. This piece right here is on top of, this is just the evidence that his spinal column is a little bit farther down in here below, right in between those shoulders. So when we go and sit up there, we need to make sure that the shoulders are available. Now they're available now because he wanted them to be available, if you notice. When I asked him to go out here a minute ago, he wasn't ready. But now that he's ready, I need to be able to release him so that our readiness in a little bit will get to the same spot. I'm going to ask him now to gallop. Okay? So how do I do that without chasing him or crowding him? We've got the life up. I'm going to ask him now. And you'll notice he won't take the float away from me too much. He's staying right here, even though he's looking around. He's staying with me. Surely he could pull away if he wanted. Watch him carefully. I'm going to release him here. Watch his back end, not his eye. Right there. We need his right hind foot to reach under and across his left hind foot and release him there. Watch him carefully. Right here. And there. Got flat. Shoulders to his left. And go. There. He's better. Now the reason that was easier for him there is because I just stepped his hips underneath him a few seconds before. And what we have to remember when we're keep working these horses like this is that if we want the forehand to be free and available, we have to let him know that we have the capacity to release him here so that he can take that front end back the other way. Now set his head down. Take a breath, you guys, if you don't want me, so you don't feel your breath. It makes him tight. Everybody take a big breath in the belly. You do that for him. There, down comes the head. That's what we need. Now, the fact that he's lunging around here, kind of a little bit chaotic, a little bit curious, is only normal. I've been to a few of these things in my day, but he never did. So where'd they go? Okay, that's interesting. We'll go here. Let's see if he can do this. I'm going to ask him I'm going to go with him. Nice. Now, that was his offering, wasn't it? That was his idea. Now, what if I had said, oh no, we're not going to jump that, we're not ready yet? And he's more than ready. I think we're going to go do that again. Okay? Now, I don't want him to pass me up, because what if I trip? I'm going to ask him to stay here, if I can. And now he can come home. Pretty nice. Maybe she already practiced him on this. In fact, I guess he should. Absolutely not. He's leading me. He says, let's go. When he gets ready not to go, I tip his hips to his right, and I lead him. Now he can see you out of the right eye, because he doesn't pass this information from one eye to the other. Go ahead and snap your fingers once. Okay? Now, snap your fingers over there. You've got it, all of you. Please. He says, look, they're there too. So we're going to come over and we're going to follow him. This is nice. This is a partner. Go ahead and snap your fingers again. This is now more interesting than one. So we're gaining on it. Okay? Now what would happen if you guys, you're helping me school this horse so I can ride him without causing a scene. How about if you guys stand up all of a sudden? Well, I'm going to go too. We didn't like that. Now, how about if you guys stand up? Thank you. This is going to be old hat in a minute. What if you guys all did one song clap? Right here. Bye-bye. Nice side pass. See you people later. So the difference between 2,000 people snapping their fingers and 200 people clapping is about a 20-foot lateral beat. Okay, this is a 20-foot rope, 24-foot rope. Okay, go ahead and one soft clap now. Now, what did he process there? He processed that he didn't get hurt.